One of the other questions I get asked a lot, and that is, what kind of gun are you using? Because I tend to use guns that are, well, fairly exotic, and it's because I don't like the other stuff that's out there. I tend to gravitate towards paintball markers that are going to last a long time and are pretty high quality. For example, there's this monstrosity here. You may not recognize this right now. You may more recognize it looking like this. That's because this is actually the longbow. This configuration is a little bit of my own little tinkering because it's winter and indoors, and 18-inch paintball guns indoors do not really work all that well. Long barrel. But this is an Airgun Designs TAC 1. What the people at Special Ops did was they created the cage unit here, the backstock, and a magazine system that actually fits right into this top section over here. And then when you want to change out, you just push the button on the top, pull it out, it comes right out. You take the new magazine, slide it in like that, and it locks in place. Why do I use this gun when I'm playing outdoors? Because it's cool. And also because, well, I play a lot of stock class, and this is like playing stock class with a bonus. You know, I can put 3 balls down range at a guy, and everything's fine. Now, whereas to get this paintball marker, you can get it through Special Ops Paintball. They also host a lot of the videos that I put online as well, so if you're looking at this site, go ahead and take a look over at the Special Ops site as well, because they got a lot of really cool stuff. You haven't seen me use this paintball marker a lot this year. You did see me use it in FPS 16. This is a Tippmann A5A2. It's an A5 that's been modified by Special Ops to have the backstock, the air-through, different front grip, and of course the digital camouflage, which is all really wicked cool. You'll see me using this a lot more over the summer, because during the summer this thing is just going to be a lot of fun to play with in the woods. If you're interested in this one, again, specialopspaintball.com, and they'll be more than happy to help hook you up. This is the basic A5A2 kit. This is the other semi-auto that you see a lot in the FPS series, although you probably won't recognize it in this particular configuration, because normally I run it with the warp feed on the side. This is my EMAG, and I've had this for several years, and it's still just as good as when I first got it. Right now I have it running with the ULE body to give it a little bit of a lighter load, and I've got software on here that it's not exactly factory standard, but it's some really wicked software. One of the guys over at AO designed it, and if you have an EMAG and you want to run some really wicked software, look up the EMAG beta software over there. It's pretty cool stuff. Now, as far as where you can get yourself an EMAG like this one, you can go over to airgun.com, and they have a shop right there that you can purchase it at. It's kind of getting harder to get these days because a lot of the stores don't carry them, but I'm here to tell you it's about as competitive as anything else that you're going to find in the market. And we're going to end this section with one of my oldies but favorites. This is a stock class Phantom. You've seen it in a bunch of the FPS series. This one is set up currently for stock class, meaning that you have to actually tilt the gun forward to have a ball feed into it before you shoot every time. Although I also have a center feed breech, and they make them for left and right hand feed, you know, so it's whatever you want. As far as pump guns go, this one's actually fairly common. This is not terribly unique. This one I've been building over the years because I've had it for more than 10 years. So what you see here is actually a culmination of 10 years in finding out what I like and what I don't like, and settling pretty much on this. If you're interested in getting one of these things, there's a lot of online resources that you can go to, or you can go directly to the factory site, which is www.phantomonline.com. And they'll help you get set up with a Phantom very much like this. This one has the 45 adapter with a bottom line ASA, and I like the hardline just because I'm old school, and hardline is about as old school as you can get. Some of the other gear that I use as well, and when I'm using the EMAG and I'm using the longbow and I'm using the Phantom, I'm almost always using one of the Lapco barrels. On the mag stuff, I'm using the snapshot system, because the front actually comes off and I can change the length of it. So with the longbow it needs an 18-inch length, and with the EMAG I like to keep it like a 12-inch length. That's just preference though. I mean, the longbow doesn't look right with a 10-inch barrel. Trust me on this, I've tried. When it comes to the A5, it came with this barrel, which I'm not even sure what kind of barrel this is. But it actually works surprisingly well. It's fairly compact and small, which is why I was kind of skeptical to begin with. But the more I use it, the more I really enjoy this barrel. And as long as I'm using paint with a large OD, because this is a fairly large barrel. But yeah, it's worked out really well. I also have a backup Lapco for this as well when I'm using like really tiny paintballs. Some fields have like really small paint, so this is good for like normal field paint, but for the smaller boards I like to go with more of a tighter Lapco, and I'm happy. One other thing I want to talk about, and this doesn't get a lot of airtime, although I mention it in all the Web Dog shows, and that is the air tanks that I use and the air accessories. I'm using Center Flag air tanks. They don't really make air tanks anymore, but they have some left. I'm not going to try to make a sales pitch out of this, but if you go over to the Center Flag site and you check out the sliding valve stuff, you'll see everything about it. When you're running remote like I do with a lot of the guns that I use, having the ability to turn the air off at the tank and not have a pressurized airline is just, it is a beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful thing. So if you run nitrogen and you're looking at getting a new regulator for it, take a look at the Center Flag stuff. They don't get a lot of press anymore, but they really should because they have a really good product. Well, there you go. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what kind of gear that I use and what kind of gear goes with me on the field. If you have any questions, go ahead and make a comment on this video, and I'll try to answer as many of them as I can. Either I will or probably somebody else will, knowing how the internet works. Or if you have a specific question, I usually hang out on the Special Ops forum, and we've still got the Lapco forum going as well. So you can ask specific questions there, and somebody who probably knows more than I do will be more than happy to answer for you. So we'll call that one a show. That's actually a vital component. Come here, you. Come here, you. Come here. No, you mentioning this. You need one of these. Yep, you need to have a cat in order to do videos. You're going to fight me now, aren't you? You want to go down? Okay. Cat. Now he's going to stay underfoot the entire time I'm filming. I know this.